Here I am now with the lovely Emma at the top of the Total Wipeout course. Now, Emma, what is your inspiration for being here today?
Well, I'm going to be the first person from Guernsey in the Channel Islands to take part in the course.
Are you fit in any way?
I am. I can do the splits. Want me to show you?
Oh, yes. Emma, that is going to come in unbelievably handy in more ways than one.
It's about time someone from Guernsey did this course! Bring it on!
Well, we've all been thinking it. So, Emma's from Guernsey. I think that makes her a Gurner. And the first obstacle she'll be facing is new this week. Introducing the Walk of Shame. 10 highly unstable occasional tables that lightly throw you into the water. Emma will be following in the footsteps of other famous Gurners, like Bergerac. No, that's Jersey. Anyway, she's onto the Walk of Shame and off it. Oh, her ability to do the splits being no help whatsoever. But that fall is costing her valuable time. Come on, Emma the Gurner. Okay, here comes her second attempt at the Walk of Shame. Showing that plucky Guernsey determination made famous by, yeah. Instead, more precious time lost as she swims to the pool edge. Now it's the sucker punch, which learnt its trade working in a Rotherham nightclub. And it learnt it well. Come on, Emma the Gurner. Ooh, she's doing well. She's doing well. She's not doing well. No. Hang on, is she waving at someone? Let's just have a look at that again. Ah, yeah. Going in the mud now. Goodbye. That's pretty cool. They'll be loving this in Guernsey's arch-rival, Alderney. Looking tired now, she approaches our favourite part of the qualifier. Yes, it's the big ball.
See if those agile legs can take her across the big red balls.
Yes, let's. Go on. Go on! Have some of that, Alderney! Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
So, never mind.
Goodbye.
At least you have the pride of knowing you're the first person from Guernsey to fall off the big ball covered in mud. But look at her. Despite everything, Emma is still determined to set a good qualifier time, showing us that Guernsey spirit made famous by... Quick, get me Wikipedia. Anyway, Emma still has to face the last of the new obstacles, the deadly zip wire of doom. All she has to do is plant herself on that pint-sized football net whilst hanging on for dear life, trying to avoid 2 huge padded posts. Here she goes. Our first contestant. Can she do it? Can she do it? She's wheezing for the zip wire of doom not really living up to its name. Anyway, she finishes in a benchmark time of 3 minutes 15. You see, look, no doom there. No doom there. No, it's just a zip wire. Our next contestant is 30-year-old Aaron, who has a secret.
This is my brother. His name is Cal. We're all from the planet Cal, and we all have the same names. This is Cal, and I'm Cal. I'm the cow man. I'll have the power of a cow behind me. Moo!
Okay, scared and slightly nervous, aligning himself with the athletic qualities of a cow. But when Aaron isn't being as mad as a cow, he works for London Underground. Oops, mind the cap. Let's see. Yeah.
Where's Cowman when you need him?
That was a bit like a cow, actually. Sort of confused cow on a cattle grid. Oh, he's fallen again. Right, here we go. The second lot. And it's... No, it's just gone wrong. Right, onto the sucker punch for Aaron. Dodging, hanging on well. Oh, right in the udders. But he is doing well against those pummeling fists. No, that's what's known as cow tipping, I believe.
Come on, Cowman!
Cowman! Cowman hoping to avoid a rawhide here. Oh, somebody call the RSPCA. There is a cow in some distress. He looks terrified because this looks virtually impossible, but the zip wire of doom really is not very doomy, is it? So Aaron moves himself into the lead with a time of 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
Can I do it again?
I don't quite know what to do with you, Aaron.
Let's meet our next contestants. Here they are, Phil and Grant Mitchell. Scott and Nathan. And just like the hard men of Albert Square, they're both rough, tough, no-nonsense blokes. And they have something else in common. Have you spotted it yet? Yep, that's right. They both use moisturiser.
You can't wipe me out! I've got monkey power!
Monkey power?
Prepare for the Man of Steel!
Man of Steel? Hang on, can we pause it? Let's get this straight. You don't make up your own nicknames, I make up the nicknames. We let Cowman through, but Monkey Man Scott, you're now nickname violation 1, and Man of Steel Nathan, you're nickname violation 2, okay? Both off to a great start then. When Scott's not taking part in weird Argentinian obstacle courses, he's a vet.
Ooh, monkey power right there. Not.
And Nathan hangs out in the Queen Vic. No, not really. He's a mobile phone consultant. Nathan says he's terrible at making people laugh. Oh, I don't know about that, Nathan. I think you have a talent for it. Scott's turn to tackle the balls, and the same result for him. Scott showing us the perfect on and off technique there.
Says he's got the balance of a cat.
Finally, the terrifying zip wire of doom. Looks like it's claimed its first victim. And another. Accept it. You're not landing. That'll do. And so the Mitchells, Scott and Nathan, really showing us how hard the qualifier is by both crawling in slowish times. Will that be enough to see them into the top 12?
Have you ever heard about the wibbly wobbly walk? Well, just in case you've not, I'll tell you on the spot. The wibbly wobbly walk is only just another way. You'll notice half a dozen fellows when they're on the spree. In half a dozen minutes they are full of jollity, and they all walk the wibbly wobbly walk. All talk the wibbly wobbly talk. All wear wibbly wobbly ties and wink at all the pretty girls with wibbly wobbly eyes.
I don't want a DNF. That's what's terrifying me.
What's a DNF?
Did not finish.
Meet 24-year-old dental nurse Annette, and let's see if the course is something she can get her teeth into. Open wide and say, ah!
This could take a few takes, cut. My nickname's a kid. I'm going to get on my bike and roll through this course. Come on.
Just to clarify, his mum wouldn't allow him a bike. Yes, this is Sofa Salesman Hazmit, and your nickname isn't the kid, it's Sofa Salesman Hazmit. Maybe a bike was a good idea. Anyway, let's take a look at the first leaderboard. In pole position, it's Cowman Aaron, followed by Gurner Emma and Dental Nurse Annette with 3 minutes 44. They're followed by nickname violation 1, Scott, and nickname violation 2, Nathan. And bringing up the rear with 4 minutes 15 is Sofa Salesman Hazmit. Maybe our next competitor can do a better job.
Sammy's my name, winning's my game. You've got to watch this space if I'm going to win this race.
And probably fall on her face. She's away. So this is Sammy, a mortgage administrator from Merseyside, and she has a trick up her sleeve that might help. She's made of rubber. Which doesn't help her here. How about the balls? No. But wow, like pretty much everybody so far, she vanquishes the zip wire of doom and finishes in a very respectable 2 minutes 43.
Jordan, making obstacle courses look easy since 1988. Come on!
Yes, meet 21-year-old deodorant researcher Jordan. There's nothing this man doesn't know about sweaty armpits.
Oh.
See?
We'll have a few words later, yeah. I'll give you a few tips.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
He really does do that for a job. Here goes B.O. Jordan. Onto his feet, onto his feet and away. Ouch! Oh, that's gotta hurt. Obviously, he's rolled on past that obstacle. B.O. Jordan is not only quick, but he won't stain your armpits. This is a fast time. Oh no, he's in, but he's out again. Now the balls. Ooh, crikey!
It's like a little bullet.
He went hell for leather and very nearly ran across the whole lot. This is a stunningly fast time of 1 minute 34 and one of the fastest times of the series so far. But does he still smell like a fresh Everglade on a spring morning? Probably.
How smelly are you after it?
Have a look.
Pretty good.
So our next two contestants have a tough act to follow.
Bring on the big red ball! This is for the ginger nuts!
It's mum and daughter, Sue and Becky Burns. They're a family unit. The Burns unit, if you like.
And I'm joined now by Becky and Sue from Enniskillen, who are mother and daughter. And I'm trying to figure out who's the mother and who's the daughter with the pom-poms.
Daughter. Daughter, yeah. I'm the old bag, I'm the mother, yeah.
So it's the battle of the Burns unit, daughter Becky versus mum Sue. Oh, and mum's already in trouble. Now it's Becky's turn. Hang on. Wow! Becky's showing her mum how to make the walk of shame a walk in the park.
Oh, that was almost genius!
So far in the battle of the Burns unit, daughter Becky's proving she's got what it takes. OK, it's a big ask, but can mum Sue do any better? No, it's not in the genes, is it? Mummy Burns may have fallen, but she's done it in style. That is poetry in motion. I'm going to commission a small porcelain statue, or perhaps a painting on a plate. So the battle of the Burns unit reaches the sucker punch. Up first, Becky. Oh, Mum's going to have to wash those. Now, can Mum use her experience to outdo her daughter? Clearly not. No, she's gone. Said it's lucky she's already got to put a load on anyway. Becky's already conquered the walk of shame. Can she conquer the Burns?
Here we go! Come on, boss!
Now is the time. No, she just can't. How about Mum? Come on, wisdom, experience. There's another no. Still strangely graceful, nevertheless. Now, the zip wire of doom. Looks like Becky using a tactic of swinging wide. If only she knew you don't need to bother with tactics. It's easy. Anyway, she finally makes it with a very respectable 2 minutes 48. Can Mummy Burns put in a last gasp effort to catch up with her daughter? Well, yes, she can. Kind of. No tactics, just gently hanging on until she's safely onto the ledge. Mum knows best, but finishes slowest with 3 minutes 15.
So what is it you do for a living?
I work for an energy company. I'm an account administrator.
Can Electric Tanya power her way through the course? Oh, short circuit.
Oh.
Are the electricity puns working for you? And she's blown a fuse. There's plenty more of these if you want them. I've got a bag full here.
How not to do it?
If you're looking for trouble.
Sometimes it takes ages to come up with nicknames for the contenders. And I took ages on this one.
Do some damage!
Meet Scary Claire. Scary is a 23-year-old flood risk engineer, and we're all on flood alert for this one. That looks like a flood risk right there. Oh, that's an amber alert flood risk. Or something.
Come on, Claire.
Yeah, that nickname was genius, wasn't it? It just fits. It's just sometimes you know.
Scared.
Possible flood risk now, Scary versus the balls. I'll get the sandbags. Oh! Now the only thing left to scare Claire is the zip wire of doom. This looks fast. Can she challenge B.O. Jordan's time of 1 minute 34? Nearly. Claire is now in second place. So, still smelling success in top spot is B.O. Jordan, with Scary Claire now a close second, pushing the Cowman into third. Next is Rubber Sammy and the Burns unit, Becky and Mummy Burns. Next is Gurner Emma. And bringing up the rear, it's Nickname Violations 1 and 2 and Sofa Salesman Hazlitt. Up next is Mother of Two, Caroline.
And here with me now at the top of the Total Wipeout course is the lovely Caroline, who's a mother of two. Caroline, is that your motivation for being here today, the babies?
Yeah, my children, they just want to see me fall off the big red balls. And I'm just here also to show that, you know, there's some larger people out there and we can just go out and do it just as well as the fit ones. I'm doing this for all the big mamas! Watch me smash this course!
Good on you, Caroline, doing it for your kids. We've seen that motivation before, not always with good results. And I'll bet your kids can't wait to get to school on Monday. Let's look out for things that might embarrass her kids. Nothing so far. She comes up to the walk of shame. Oh! Let's see if Caroline can keep this clear run going for her kids. Yep. Lovely. Lovely there. Very neat. Backwards dismount coming up. Smashing stuff. You see, she may have fallen in, but she's still hungry for it. Come on, Caroline. Right, the sucker punch. Keep those fingers crossed, kids. Keep them crossed. Ouch. Ooh. Oh. So the kids could be getting a bit twitchy maybe about Monday morning now. Why don't we leave Mum there for a minute or two, kids, and you can maybe pick up some of those texts you seem to be getting. Anyway, who's that I see? Why, shiver my timbers, but it looks like one of those real-life pirates. Well, actually, this swashbuckling cutthroat is called Andy.
Now it's my turn. I hope I don't crash and burn.
And he's really a print manager, not of the 7 Seas, but Swansea. Well, his hat thing stayed on. That's good. OK, Andy says his strategy is to go as quickly as possible. It's a good strategy, and so far it's working well. Certainly got his sea legs to work fast there. And now our pirate's going to walk the plank to the balls. But it'll be fine, because... Oh, no, man overboard. Man overboard. Chin up, Pugwash. I think he might have fallen on his pieces of 8 there. But he finishes in a good time, 2 minutes and 1 second, even though he suffered a nasty injury, a bandana-ectomy. And I thought that bandana was covering a full head of hair. Anyway, back to Caroline. Winners don't quit, and quitters don't win, and also don't fall in the mud.
I feel like the creature from the deep.
Say that, it's not that deep. You're going to be fine. Go on, Caroline. All the way to the big balls now. Kids, this is it. She's doing this for you. Oh, this is... We're all sharing something special. Come on, Caroline. For your kids.
Right.
Come on, Caroline.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
You know, if you are still watching, kids, it takes genuine bravery to do what your mum's just done. So go to school with your head held high on Monday. Or maybe Tuesday. And she calls it a day, but at least she gave it her all. Boy, did she.
I'm very proud. You know, there's loads of people out there that want to be in my position. Probably not quite so muddy as I was. I'm a bit sad that I didn't complete the course, but I'm very proud that I'm here and I took part and I got over the red balls.
That is the spirit I love to see on Total Wipeout. But if you thought Caroline was gung-ho, then stand by for the next contestant. 46-year-old Ammo, an accountant keen to dispel the myth that they're all boring by describing himself as talkative and witty, A real daredevil. OK, he's a bean counter.
Ammo's approaching this course like a tax return. He's going to cheat his way round things. Hang on. Must have dropped his lucky pen somewhere. Searching. Not the time. Go without it. OK, let's hope he's as good at balancing on these as he is at balancing the books. No, he's not. Come on, Ammo, you're changing our massive stereotypes about boring accountants. Now, he's already worked the balls out on a spreadsheet, so... Oh! He forgot to carry the 2, that's what happened. Good head for figures, he's just hammered it through that big rubber ball. Oh, where's he going? He is swimming past the zip wire.
The other way, Ammo!
This way, mate. There, the ladder. Finally, onto the zip wire of doom. Why is it called that? What, haunted or something? Let's just try something. It's just not... Even in slow motion. You see? Oh, I saw a ghost! No, that's a cloud. It's just... Ah, well. Ammo finishes, proving that not all accountants are boring pen pushers. Next up is 18-year-old pint-sized Jenny.
Jenny, I feel like the Jolly Green Giant. You're teeny tiny, aren't you? Yeah.
Jenny practiced at home by jumping between 10 egg cups in the kitchen. Oh. Oh. Quick, someone throw him the water wings.
This cheese man's a winner, and I'm going to grate right through the course.
39-year-old cheese seller Mark is already using a variety of bad cheese metaphors. You wouldn't catch me doing that sort of thing. Cheddar luck next time. Oh, finally got some drums in.
This is for all the girls out there that think they can't do it, but they can. I'm going to kick this course into touch, so watch me go.
Right on, sisters. Fitness manager Kate from Wiltshire. Oh, dear. Girl power. It's... Ow! Both the girls are having trouble on the sucker punch.
You all right, Jen? Doing good. Doing brilliant.
Time to answer that age-old question. Do cheese sellers bounce? Yep, they do. OK, can Kate get further than Cheesy Mark? Ooh, looking good. Yes, no, she can't. It was a good leap, but a bad dive followed. So maybe small is best. Jen is so tiny, maybe she can skip across. Not even denting the big balls, or just do a massive comedy head dive. So Mark finishes. It was a breeze. I told you these drums would pay for themselves. Next, Jenny manages to finish. Can Kate complete the trio?
Is there a half moon out tonight?
Amanda, leave it. Looks like Kate's got plenty of cheek there. Right there. Cheeky Kate finishes in 2 minutes 55, a time that might just be good enough to get her into the top 12 and not salvage her dignity. Meet accident and emergency plaster technician Gordon, today's oldest competitor. He's 53. It's amazing what you can do with false hips nowadays.
I just saw things that I did not want to see.
I might work in A&E, but I'm not going to end up in it. Watch me go.
OK, he's away. He's in. He's out. Gordon fixes broken limbs for a living, so break a leg, Gordon. Oh, no, I meant good luck. Oh.
Where's he going? Where's he going?
It is terrible. When you get older, you fall into the water and then you forget what you went in there for.
Over here, Gordon. Over here. Yeah.
Retrace your steps, Gordon. What were you thinking just before you did it? Was it your keys? OK, let's hope he doesn't lose more than his bearings on the sucker punch. Oh! Ow! Maybe closing in on his pension, but he can sure take a punch. Well, he got one anyway. Of course, when Gordon was a lad, all this were fields. Right, the big balls. Go on. Oh! You see, to Gordon, this is just like one of those giant walk-in baths he sees advertised.
This has been a wonderful dream.
What? What kind of dream is that? Ow. Ow. Well done anyway, Gordon, eventually finishing 3 minutes 24, just in time to watch last of the summer wine.
OK, 19 down and only one competitor remains. His name is Dan, and he wears a headband. Hang on, haven't we had a headband Dan before?
Long ago, in the land of muddy earth, legend tells of a hero called Dan and his headband. A powerful talisman that was lost to the world of men. But now a new Dan has dawned. The headband has returned in the fellowship of the headband Dan band.
I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's get it on!
You shall not pass.
Dan, I feel like I've known you my whole life.
Me too.
That headband is a really tough look. Well, if you consider the kids from Fame are. Dan's a carpenter, and I hope they've sanded that slide down, or that might have given him a nasty splinter. Just so long as he's got the headband, absolutely nothing can go wrong. Oh!
Ooh, he's lost his headband.
Without his headband Dan is just Dan.
See, the power was in the headband.
He has no idea of the danger he's exposing himself to.
Right, Marcy, this is your time. I just want to get close.
Without your headband, you're going to do this? Brave, but ultimately futile. Dan needs to dig deep for this last bit if he wants to make the next round. And he finishes in 2 minutes 35. Oh, that's better. So here's our final top 12, led by B.O. Jordan, Scary Claire and Pirate Andy. They're followed by Cheesy Mark, Cowman Aaron, and now Return of the Headband Dan. Behind them, it's Rubber Sammy, Becky Burns and Cheeky Kate. And finally, Electric Tanya, with Mummy Burns and Gurner Emma sharing last place.
So we have the Mighty 12 who are storming into the next round. But before that, let's take a moment and remember those brave men and women we leave behind, forever in our thoughts. Well, until somebody else falls over or does something funny.
Yes, it's back. Double the trouble and double the fun. Well, for us watching, it's the Crusher. Twin sweeper arms that rotate faster while slowly closing in on the 12 remaining contestants as they try and balance on 13-foot high podiums. Only the last 5 standing will make it into the next round and keep the dream of winning £10,000 alive. So, let's meet the remaining plucky 12 contestants. Standing on podium 1 and 2, it's Cheeky Kate.
It's time for an all-girl final. Let's do this.
And return of the headband Dan.
I'll be the total Wipeout king with a crown. You lot are going down.
Podium 3 and 4 is Scary Claire and our Swansea pirate Andy.
Watch me leap as I sweep out the competition.
On 5, 6 and 7, Cowman Aaron. Yes. Gurner Emma. Gurning away there. And qualifier king B.O. Jordan.
Amanda, get me a beer in. I'll be down in a minute.
On podiums 8, 9 and 10 are Cheesy Mark and the Burns unit, Sue and Becky.
Becca, if I'm going down, you're coming with me.
Yeah, thanks, Mum.
You're going down, Mum!
And finally, on 11 and 12 is Rubber Sammy and Electric Tanya.
Guys, do the math. This one's all about the girls.
She works for an electricity company, remember?
Are you all ready? Yep, they couldn't sound less enthusiastic. Oh well. 3, 2, 1.
And we're off. Those twin arms start their work, and it's so far so good. Andy clear. Cowmat Aaron. Qualifier King Jordan's in trouble, but he scrambles to his feet, and the others seem to... Oh no, that's Tanya. She can't get her feet up quickly enough, and Electric Tanya's been cut off.
It's absolutely terrifying. It looks like a harmless piece of equipment, but it's just terrible.
So the Crusher makes its second sweep. Who's going to be next to fall? I don't believe it. B.O. Jordan falls again and is hanging on for dear life. And he's not the only one. It's carnage. There goes the Burns unit, followed by Rubber Sammy. Let's see that again. So first, Mum Sue is flipped.
You think it looks so easy on television until you stand up there and you're going like that.
And then daughter Becky.
I'm feeling pretty sore. I think I'll need a few painkillers this evening.
And Sammy proving that being made of rubber is no help at all in jumping over padded arms.
I'm over it.
No, you weren't over it, Sammy. That was the problem. And still, Jordan hangs on in there, but that Crusher is relentless. The others all seem to make it. Will he? No, he has to fall.
Ah, rubbish. No words to describe it.
Well, there are words to describe it. You just said one. Rubbish. So we're down to the last 7. Remember, only the last 5 standing will make it into the next round, and the Crusher is getting faster, while that gap is getting smaller. They're doing extremely well so far, but who will be first to crack by getting cracked on the shins? Oh, that's Cheeky Kate being totally wiped out Crusher style. The jump was too big, she's been flipped right over, and those cheeks wave goodbye to the £10,000.
Honestly, the sweep, it was getting so high. We're talking like hip height, and it was fantastic, really good.
This means just one more has to fall. Who will it be? Oh, hang on. That's 1, 2. It's 3 in a row. Andy goes first, but manages to hang on. Then it's a real twister for Gurner Emma. Cheesy Mark gets flipped like a burger. Cheeseburger. Pirate Andy has clung on, meaning Emma is the last to be eliminated.
I'm only a little shorty. The bar just got a bit too high and off I went. Brilliant, though.
Although Mark topples off in spectacular style, it's after Emma, so he's safely into the next round as one of the last 5, who now include Andy, who's back on his feet, the Cowman, Return of the Headband Dan, and Scary Claire. They're all safe, but the game doesn't stop. They'll play on to see who'll be the last man or woman standing and claim the Crusher crown. Well, this is incredible jumping, and Andy stumbles again. The relentless arm soon back. Yep, this time he loses it. The pirate just clips the yard arm. He's not such a Jolly Roger anymore. You'd have thought he'd be used to standing on one leg. And now Aaron joins him, doing a good impression of a stunned cow. Oopsie daisy. So now it's a 2-horse race. Dan versus Scary Claire. Look at the speed of the crusher. The jumping gap now so small. Dan's getting all cocky. The words just and dessert spring to mind. There you go. That leaves Scary Claire to be crowned Queen of the Crusher. That was amazing. They both excelled in one of the toughest total wipeout obstacles to master, but the flood risk manager from Buckinghamshire takes it. As it turns out, the Crusher was more scared of her than she was of it. A bit like spiders. But she advances to the next round as the new favourite.
So those 5 competitors are one step closer to clinching the £10,000 prize. Unfortunately, that one step will be over one of the toughest obstacles so far. It's the stomach-churning, trainer-staining, lunch... Look, they just make you feel sick, OK? It's the dizzy dummies.
Think of it like a roundabout in a playground, except your older brother is pushing it much too fast. The 5 semi-finalists whiz round and round until up is down, down is up, and lunch comes out. They must then attempt to stagger through the stumbling saloon doors and the crazy cutouts before trying to cross the perilous pipe bridge and the inflatable donut run. Whoever's last to make it to the other side in each run is eliminated, and then we'll have today's 3 finals. Got all that? Good.
Having watched as much Total Wipeout as I have, you'd think I'd know everything there is to know about dizzy dummies. But you'd think wrong. But not knowing anything about something has never stopped me in the past, so here's my report on the do's and don'ts of how to tackle dizzy dummies.
I'm on the actual Total Wipeout course. In the actual dizzy dummy that spins actual competitors round and round and round until they're actually sick or fall in that actual water over there. None of those things are going to happen to me, though. 2 reasons: perfect balance and coordination, and I have a note from my mum explaining that I'm not allowed to do the dizzy dummies. And I've had it translated into Argentinian, just in case. So these are my do's and don'ts for success on the dizzy dummies. Don't have a big breakfast. Do give your opponents the respect they deserve.
Come on, it's sudden death!
Don't book an appointment for straight after the dizzy dummies is finished that requires you to be dry. Do concentrate all the way to the finish. Don't do what Michael did.
It's just so hard, it's so slippery, and I'm so dizzy. Give it my all, but I'm just sorry.
So, those are my do's and don'ts for success on the dizzy dummies. Thanks, Mum. So, will our remaining contestants take the blindest bit of notice? Well, we're about to find out.
Oh, I feel a little bit dizzy. Nah, not really. They will be, though. It's Dizzy Dummies. You lot ready?
Yes!
Hey.
That was weak. 3, 2, 1...
So they're off. 40 seconds of spin. Let's remind ourselves of who the Dizzy Dummies are. In at 5, there's nothing he doesn't know about cheese.
I'm gonna grate right through the course.
It's Cheesy Mark. At number 4, it's the Scourge of Swansea. It's Pirate Andy.
Now it's my turn. I hope I don't crash and burn.
Next up, he's half man, half cow. Cowman Aaron.
Can I do it again?
He's followed by Return of the Headband Dan.
You lot are going down.
And in at number 1, she's the Queen of the Crush-Up, and she's taking no prisoners.
Do some damage!
It's Scary Claire. I think that was a roar. Could have been wind, could have been reaction to the dizzy dummies. So the dummy comes to a stop and they're all staggering. Return of the headband Dan can't actually stand up. Now through the saloon doors, it's like a cowboy stag do. Their heads are all over the place. That's not a new experience for Aaron, who thinks he's a cow. Dan is onto the pipe bridge, but he takes a little sit down. Oh, Scary Claire attacks it, but is overcome by a nasty case of the leans. Never looks too stable, and the pipe dream is quickly over as she hits the water.
Come on, Dan.
Return of the headband Dan, back to his feet, but moving gingerly. Oh, even more gingerly now. Falling to the left is Aaron, who finds the cattle grid a bit much. Scary Claire back through the saloon doors now, and she's attacking the pipe bridge again, and she's made it into the water. That's the closest to finishing we've seen so far. But Claire is straight back at it, and this time she's made it across the pipe bridge. She's onto the pontoon, and she won't mind that belly flop as she's the first to go through to the next round. Cowman Aaron following Claire's lead. Oh, doesn't quite make it. Must be those 4 stomachs weighing him down. Now, the return of the headband Dan versus Cheesy Mark. Dan's gone for it and failed. He makes it onto the pontoon, though, while Mark hits the water. And he joins Claire into the next round.
Victory is done.
So it's Aaron against Pirate Andy, with the pirate walking the plank first. And Pirate Andy looks like he's made it onto Treasure Island, which leaves just 2. Cowman Aaron versus Cheesy Mark, both fighting for the last place into the next round. Here comes Aaron, taking it very steady. And yes, he's made it! The cowman clinches the last place in the next round. OK, so it's hard cheese for Cheesy Mark, who's out of the competition.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know, man. I just couldn't do it. Oh, let my boys down, but...
How are you feeling?
Got it.
Yeah.
So 5 become 4. There's still one more contender to lose before we can move on to the Wipeout zone. It's back to the Dizzy Dummies.
The spinning stops and the contestants get off very delicately. Aaron seems to believe spinning the opposite way will somehow undo the dizziness. Seen that tried before, it never works. Yeah, you see, just confused. Aaron's stuck on the wrong side. Andy's the first to attempt the donut, doesn't make it. Dan doesn't either. Aaron just makes the first and slips on the way to the next donut, but that's not going to stop him. That water's got to be cold. In fact, it's freezing cold. I'm sorry. Scary Claire on the first donut. They're very Moorish because she's now going for a second.
Clever girl.
Sets herself up carefully, and yes, she has done it. Here we go. The big leap, the finish. Oh, she makes it. Scary Claire books her place in the Wipeout zone. She launches. She does slip, but it's okay. She stays on board and looks delighted. Now, who will join her in the final? Aaron looks well placed. Can he hoof it across? He jumps and he's just about clinging on. Pulls himself up with a smile and a moo, securing the knowledge that this cow's not for the knacker's yard yet. One place remains. Will it be Return of the Headband Dan or Pirate Andy? Andy onto the second donut. He's got to go for the third. Oh! Not good enough. Dan now making his move. Could this be victory? He makes the second donut. Seems to be praying for victory. Slowly gets to his feet. Andy hot on his heels, of course. This will be close. Not dignified, but close. One last leap to make. Steady now, steady. Ooh, taking his time. This is crucial. That's it! That's it! He's claimed the final place in the Wipeout zone. And it's the end of the voyage for Pirate Andy.
You at the post.
I'm glad he did. I really am glad.
I did one, I was chuffed. That's as far as I needed to go.
So we have the 3 finalists for today, who all go into the Wipeout zone for the chance to land that first prize, a cheque for £10,000, and to hold aloft the Total Wipeout trophy, which they have to give back afterwards. They've all put in some inspiring displays of courage, dexterity, colour coordination, and balance. Let's follow their journey to tonight's grand final.
In my life, I never expected to get this far.
It's been absolutely amazing. Really enjoyed every minute of it.
Can't put into words how pleased I am to get to the final. I know I would have made a few people back home proud.
The whole experience is exhausting. Physically, mentally, it's just adrenaline that keeps you going.
Exciting but terrifying at the same time.
I'm aching, creaking about. But I've come this far, I might as well go to the end, right to the end.
The smart money would be on, wait for it, Claire.
I think Claire's the biggest competition. She's done brilliantly.
I think the boys are worried, with good reason.
Jammed it the whole way through. I don't feel I have any physical advantages on either of them.
I think my advantage is probably speed.
Me, I'll call myself slow and heavy.
Being up high in that Wipeout course is not going to faze me at all.
Tonight, I'm going to give absolutely everything. There's no point holding back at this stage. This is the end.
It's very easy to shout advice at the TV, and when you actually get in there and do it, it's almost impossible.
This is the big one, and I am really, literally terrified.
People who've seen the Rocky films know an indisputable fact. The last instalment is always the toughest to get through. And Total Wipeout is no different, because having made it past everything else, the final 3 must now face their biggest challenge, the Wipeout zone.
So, Aaron, Claire and Dan are ready to tackle the world's most terrifying obstacle course. First up, it's a high-speed slide down the killer surf. Then it's a short swim to the barrel run with a barrage of 50-kilogram barrels. Next up, a test of upper body strength awaits in the monkey bars. Then it's on to the fast-moving spinner. The longer they're on, the harder it is to get off. From there, it's a perilous walk across the revolving brusher. That's followed by the launch pads, 2 mini trampolines surrounded by a deluge of freezing water that all leads to the finished podium where the clock stops. Let's join Amanda, who's standing by with tonight's first finalist.
Yep, it's the Wipeout zone, and up at the start line, it's Dan.
So Dan will be setting the benchmark, and as none of the other finalists get to watch, it's just Dan versus the course and the clock.
Woo! Let's get it on! It's time to take that crowd! Come on! Woo!
He actually looks very confident. If this was about whooping, he'd be impossible to beat, but it's not.
Face plant.
He needs to get out of the water quickly. Every second is vital. Confidence alone is not enough. He needs speed. His style is a bit ungainly. Kind of like Bambi on ice here, but seems effective. Tackles the barrels. That is quick work. This is looking very promising. Making a monkey of the monkey bars despite the freezing water hammering down on him. This is a real test. Thank you. Stops for another whoop. Fine though, it's not like he's been timed or anything. Relax. Now he's on to the spinner. Wasting time as he struggles to steady himself. That also has got to make him dizzier. He needs to make that leap successfully. So many have fallen here. Ooh, he makes it. Now he composes himself for the brusher. And oh, he's fallen. He has fallen, loses his footing almost straight away. This is now costing him valuable time. It's all in the timing to make it across the brusher, and he didn't. That fall means he now has to climb up the ladder, prepare himself for the first launch pad. Oh no, he rebounds, he's into the water. He's gonna have to climb back up and try that again. So back up the ladder, onto the first launch pad this time. He makes sure. Cleanly onto the second. Wastes no time getting from there onto the finish podium to stop the clock. And the time to beat is 2 minutes 45. Although Dan started well, he lost time by whooping at the crowd and taking those 2 tumbles. Let's see how he feels back down on the course with Amanda.
I feel like a celebrity stuntman for the night.
Listen, you've been pretty vocal all day, but what was all of this? Like, come on, it's time out there. You were wasting time.
During the crowd, I was confident in my time. We'll see what happens.
OK, so Dan has staked his claim for tonight's title and the £10,000 prize. But will his time be good enough to hold off our next contender, the cowman Aaron? But Aaron is already in trouble before he's even begun, because he suffers from extreme vertigo. But why did he come here?
Oh, boy. Oh, man. I can't do this.
Will he even go through with it? Is this the end? No, hang on. He's going to face his fear. He's gone for it. That is a brave cowman. He's into the water. He's got to overcome his fear quickly, and he does. He manages to find his bearings and swims toward the barrel roll. Brave man. Up on his feet. Hooves. Sorry. Show some good style to hurdle those barrels as they cascade towards him. He's cleared the barrel run onto the monkey bars, causing him no trouble, even with all that cold water crashing down on his head. Onto the spinner, safely makes it off. Now, Dan took ages here. What can Aaron do? He seems to be milking the spinner.
Tick-tock.
Come on. Maybe this time round. Yes, he makes it. Approaches the brusher now. Oh, no, he's come off. Just as Dan did before him, the brusher doing its job. Time ticks on as he climbs up for the launch pads. He's faster than Dan, though. This will be down to the wire. From the first onto the second. Clinging on. He's done it! And in doing so, Aaron shaves a whopping 25 seconds off Dan's time. A very respectable 2 minutes 20. So Aaron nearly didn't get started at all, but once he did, it was a brilliant all-round display, which has now put him into pole position.
Well done you for actually taking that, because you were really scared up at the top. You weren't going to do it.
I was petrified. I really wasn't going to do it. This is the worst thing for me. Heights and vertical slides. I'm just so proud of myself for actually getting down there.
Well, fair play to you, because by doing that, it meant that you were faster than Dan, so you are through to the next spin.
Oh, yeah! And good play, man. Good play.
Sorry, man.
So the last finalist has it all to play for. £10,000 to be exact, and a brief go with the trophy, but it does have to go back afterwards. Scary Claire has been dominant throughout the day. She's one tough lady, but can she take that total Wipeout title?
She looks completely focused and determined. We've already had one female winner this series. Are we about to get our second? Claire, these might be the most testing 3 minutes of your life. Well, maybe I haven't known her that long, obviously. She's off. And she's in. Dismounts the ring to get swimming straight away. Scary Claire obviously has no fear. Quite slow getting out of the water.
So all the barrels are coming already.
And now she's up on her feet and onto the barrel roll. Lets the first go past. Nice tactic, that. Shows great finesse. Oh, if there's a stylish way to jump over barrels, then this is it. She's gliding over them. That's the barrel run cleared. How will she cope on the monkey bars? Cold water crashing onto her. It is slowing her up, of course. But she's gritted her teeth and made it across. She's making good time. Draws breath, leaps onto the spinner. It's all about the exit. She makes no crash landing. She's in the water. She wasn't properly set. Slid straight off. Composes herself now and makes for the dash across the brusher. She gets brushed off. She's got to climb back up. She must be tired. She can't afford any more mistakes, though. Looking exhausted as she sizes up the trampolines. She does well there to deaden her bounce. Now she's getting ready for the second launch pad. Oh no, she didn't have the height! And falls backwards. Can Claire come back from this? It's got to be a tiring climb. Back up the trampolines again onto the first one. There we go. Is she taking a rest here? No, wait a minute. Disaster. Her foot's caught. Oh, that's terrible luck. Brave Claire, though, goes on and makes the final launch pad. Now the final leap for the podium. She's made that, and she's stopped the clock, but that's not going to beat Aaron. Claire showed all the tenacity of someone who thought they could win, but it wasn't to be. She doesn't know that yet, so it's over to Amanda to reveal tonight's champion.
I can be proud of what I've done all day, though, so...
We think you were fantastic. Cowman, Aaron, I can tell you right now, she was fantastic all day, but you were quicker tonight. You are the Total Wipeout champion this evening!